What's good, everybody? My name is Kalen or K4, joined by Luke or Racewag as always, and this is the Huddle Break podcast. How you doing today, Ray?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm doing good. I'm excited for this episode. It's gonna be a fun one.
Yes, so we got a fun day of topics, man. There's a lot to talk about. It's a huge week. We're about halfway through the season as of now, with being there's 17 weeks now. I'd say this is our halfway point. But we're gonna start the show discussing the trade deadline and the trades that went through by this Tuesday. Then we'll be jumping into the NFL awards, our update predictions. Then we're gonna be giving our our week 9 predictions, and ending the show with our updated power rankings. But yeah, let's jump right into the news, man. Let's start it off with Von Miller to the Rams. What do you think this does for the Rams?
Well, I mean, I think it just it signifies that they are 100% all in on a Super Bowl team right now. You know, but look at their roster. I mean, they don't have, what are they going to do? They traded a second and a third round pick for Von Miller. I mean, like realistically, what are they going to get? Another linebacker or something? I don't know. Like they're loaded everywhere. It's tough to see how they could get something from a second and third round pick that's going to be better than Von Miller right now. And I think they only have to pay $700,000 out of the $9.7 million salary this year for Von Miller. So
Yeah.
it just makes sense for the Rams. Now we'll see about them extending him in the offseason or what have you, new contract, whatever. He may not even be on the Rams next year. But I mean, I think it's a great move from the Rams and not a horrible move from the Broncos either, because I don't know if they wanted to re-sign him because he is on the waning years of his prime.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's 32 years old, and that's something that
Yeah.
you have to take into consideration, especially with people like, defensive players, and, like running backs, people who are in like, getting hit a lot or causing hits a lot. And, he does have the most sacks since he entered the league, so this is obviously a great pickup. But, do you think he's going to make, a huge impact on this Rams team, or do you think their defense is going to look about the same?
I mean, look, if he gets 15 to 25 snaps and you have Von Miller and Aaron Donald on the field at the same time for those snaps, that's going to, of course, affect opposing offensive lines. So I definitely think it's going to help them. How much, I guess we'll see, but I definitely think it will help them. And I think it's a great addition.
Yep, I agree. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's like he kind of when the trade went through, I was like, wow, this guy just went for some pocket change, man. Like, why didn't the Cowboys do that? Why didn't the Cowboys outbid them? Like, I'm sure you were like, why didn't the Panthers outbid them?
Yeah, really.
But I think the Rams are still beatable because just their offense is Cooper Cup as of now. Like, let's just be real. He's got almost 1,000 receiving yards through the first half of the season. Those kind of numbers are not sustainable. Like, just realistically. And eventually they're gonna have to start. Matthew Stafford's gonna have to start spreading the ball out more. And no matter how good this defense is, the way the league works now with how powerful offenses are, hindsight just doesn't matter. But let's move on to our next topic. Deshaun Watson was not traded on Tuesday. The Miami Dolphins declined his trade option after doing an internal investigation of their own into his 22 accusations. What are your thoughts on that, Ray?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I know the Panthers were discussed a little bit, and I don't know if that was just the Texans just putting that out there as like a PR thing
Yeah.
to try to act like try to get the Dolphins to say more or whatever. It looked like Deshaun Watson didn't want the Panthers, at least right now. He did give the okay then for the he did give the okay for the trade to go down between Dolphins and the Texans. In a rare moment of consent there for Deshaun Watson.
Oh my God.
But
Good
in the end,
Lord.
sorry, I had to do it. But in the end there, the Dolphins it was just too much of a weird situation, and I think they made the best decision for their franchise, which was to just kind of wait and see. And for the Texans, man, they're just screwed. I mean, they're
Yeah.
screwed.
Yep.
I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they'll be able to trade him. Maybe the legal thing will sort itself out. We'll see. But I think that for the franchises that didn't get him, I think we'll never know. But I would say it's probable that they won just by not getting him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I don't know. I don't think in my head I tend to believe, these 22 victims. I don't believe that he'll play a snap in the NFL again. I think that even if he settles, that like he might just like, it's just no team wants that because I don't know. There's a lot of these NFL players who've made mistakes in the past. but it's not 22 mistakes. It's not a consistent thing. That's something that's really hard to forgive or look past or even grow past because it's not just a one-off thing. So,
Right.
um, I don't know. I mean, he might play in the NFL again. I don't think he should. I don't think he should be allowed, even though he is one of the greatest talents in the NFL. Or he was when he, was playing. He was a top three quarterback his entire career. And that it's really sad that he had to be a sick individual. But let's move on.
Well, yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
I just add, definitely think, I agree he should be allowed to be played until the legal stuff resolves itself one way or another, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see if he settles. I think
Yeah.
that's what's going to end up happening. But
Oh, you think so?
yeah, that's what it's looking
Interesting.
like.
Oh, wow. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't know that.
Well, it's just that's what he's trying to push. He's trying to push settlements right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but yeah, let's move on. We got Melvin Ingram to the Chiefs. What are your thoughts on this, Ray?
See, and this one I heard about this like after the fact. I didn't realize it was even going down, but the Chiefs need help. I mean, they have one of the worst, if not the worst, defense in the NFL, which is saying something because there's been some horrible defenses this year. But yeah, I think anything will help. I've always thought Melvin Ingram was a beast in the Chargers. I was kind of surprised it didn't work with the Steelers, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, it should help. He should help the Chiefs. I've always thought he was a really underrated player.
Yeah, he's always been really good. He's the same age as Von Miller. He's 32 years old. So of course that comes into play. I think he just wasn't working out with the Steelers. You're right, and I mean he wasn't even their second best pass rusher so far in 2021. Sorry. So I'm not too surprised. I'm hoping he works out better on the Chiefs because they really do need that defensive help extremely bad. Uh, would they get him for like a 6th round pick or something?
Yeah, it was something really minuscule like that.
So yeah, I mean low risk. Let's hope that he pans out to help this defense out because good lord they need it. Let's move on to the next topic. Odell Beckham Jr. His father on Monday, I think it was, released a video on YouTube of him criticizing Baker Mayfield, saying that Baker does not want to give OBJ the ball. Did you see that, and what are your thoughts on it?
I didn't see that, but I did see Kevin's head coach Kevin Stefanski's comments about how Odell's like not a part of the team right now or something, and he's like
Yeah.
not attending practice. It's just a whole mess down there, dude. I don't know. I never really thought the Odell to Browns thing really made a lot of sense in general, to be honest. He's just not a Brown type of a player in my mind. I don't know. He's like a flashy, big name star receiver, and I thought him in Cleveland was never really the best fit. But who knows? The Patriots could use a deep threat. There's definitely some teams that could use him. Saints with no Michael Thomas now. So, we'll see if the Browns just release him and someone else picks him up.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. They've dismissed him from the last 2 practices. I'm not sure what else they plan on doing with him. They're gonna say if they release him, they will save $15 million this year.
That's amazing.
So I mean, the fact that their productivity only goes up when he's off the field, I think it's just worth it. You save money, your productivity goes up. It's just a win-win. So yeah, not much to say about that. Let's move on to the biggest news of the week. Aaron Rodgers tests positive for COVID after being asked if he was vaccinated, and he said, "Yeah, I'm immunized." And after not following any of the COVID protocols for people who are unvaccinated this whole season. What are your thoughts on
Right.
this?
Yeah, no, this is interesting. I mean, I'm a big fan of letting people kind of do what they want, but yeah, he straight up just like tried to finesse the whole league. I mean, it's insane. It's like, wow. Somebody was like, someone at I don't remember, someone on Barstool was like talking about, oh, have you had your coffee yet? And this person was like, yeah, I'm caffeinated. Like, like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
just did some
but
cocaine though. Actually, it wasn't. It
right, no,
wasn't. It
literally,
wasn't
like,
coffee. It was cocaine.
right. So it's like, okay, well, I don't know. Thinking back to that clip, like, oh, somebody should have like raised that as a red flag, but I don't know. It kind of brings up the option. So it's 10 days now. He's out. And so he's eligible to return Saturday of next week, which is the day before they play the Seahawks. So I guess he back for the Seahawks, maybe. And that's even if he, tests negative. But now you got to look at possible action by the league. Will the league intervene? I mean, you talk about him. Were protocols broken? I mean, you have to think they were.
Oh, they were.
So yeah. So I don't know if the league can interview him, suspend him another game or two. I don't know what's going to go on here, but man, they kind of got a mess here in Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, there's a lot of teams who have lost draft picks. The Saints and the Raiders have both lost draft picks because they didn't properly follow COVID protocols. And the best instance of Aaron Rodgers not following that is, if you're unvaccinated and you're not active in a game, you're supposed to wear a mask on the sidelines at all time. The entire preseason, he did not do that. So that's like three or four, how many preseason games there are, scenarios alone where he did not follow the vaccination or the rules for COVID protocol. And then on Sunday, he was at a Halloween party with Mercedes Lewis and probably other teammates. You're not allowed to meet with more than 3 people. They could probably pile on, $500,000 worth of fines to Aaron Rodgers alone. But the Packers were aware and they did nothing. They didn't
Right.
enforce anything. So they should definitely be punished. They should lose a draft pick just like the Raiders did, just like the Saints did. They should be evenly punished for breaking COVID protocols. Um, Remember last year there were coaches that were fined thousands for simply pulling their mask down during the game, and he's doing this. Like, there needs to be consequences. And lastly, what I want to get into is the fact of how selfish of a player he is for doing that, for pulling this. He's the leader of this team. Their team is fighting for the number one seed in the NFC, which is extremely competitive this year.
And
The
right now they have the number one seed.
Yeah, and now he's sitting out a game against the Chiefs, who could, we've never even gotten to see Mahomes versus Rodgers. Just another part of him being selfish. First time Mahomes was injured, now he's got out with COVID because he went at a party on Halloween. Um,
Dressed as John Wick.
it's like it's just so it's I honestly it made me lose all respect for Aaron Rodgers because it just shows that he doesn't respect his teammates. He doesn't
Yeah, I mean
respect his fan base. He doesn't respect his organization. All he cares about is himself and his hippie girlfriend who's making him eat clay. Because honestly, like, dude, when so what? I was mad originally just because of the money factor. I bet
right.
on them. I don't know if I didn't tell you this. I bet on them about 15 minutes before that news was announced. I bet because
Oh,
them in Arrowhead this weekend was a pick 'em, and I was like, oh, dude, that's free. The Chiefs look awful. Packers look, amazing. They just won with Aaron Rodgers doing nothing against the Cardinals. They're gonna win. I take the Packers. 15 minutes later, Aaron Rodgers has COVID.
wow.
So I've had time to relax since that. It was yesterday morning, like 9 a.m. I'm not mad about that. I took the L. I cashed out the bet. I took the L. I lost like $7. Whatever. Just the fact that when you're fighting for the number one seed in the AFC or NFC, sorry, after they've had home field advantage twice in his career, and one of those years they won the Super Bowl, it's like, what are you doing, man? Like you're an idiot. You're
He's just
selfish
being
and
a
you're an idiot.
diva.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Aaron Rodgers, he's just not respectable to me. He's the fact that he let his girlfriend convince him to not get vaccinated. That's what I'm assuming happens because I went to her Instagram. She's a mega hippie. Like she
Shailene
literally
Woodley, right?
yeah she literally eats clay, dude. Like she says that it's good for you, and she like believes in like natural medicine and natural vaccines and stuff like that, which I genuinely don't care about. But the thing is, Aaron Rodgers has people who are relying on him, teammates. He's the leader of this team, the leader of this locker room. You can't do that.
He's got bigger responsibilities.
Exactly. So I just had to get that off my chest.
No, that was
How
good. That
how
was
dis
great.
how despicable of a choice that was by him, and how selfish of a player he is. And if I was a Packers player, I would have no respect left for him after this offseason and now this. Period.
Right.
All right, yeah. Let's move on. NFL awards update. In week or the week before week 1, so like mid or late August, we gave our NFL awards predictions. Well, today we're going to be talking about each of those predictions, and we're going to give our updated predictions. We're going to start off with Coach of the Year. Sorry, excuse me. Before the season, Ray, you picked Bill Belichick to win Coach of the Year.
Okay.
And, before we move on, I want to talk about the fact that is realistic, dude. If this Pats team, look at them, dude. They just beat the Chargers.
Yeah.
And they just came off a really close game with the Cowboys, who are looking like a top 5 team, if not top 3, possibly top 3, borderline, in the NFL. And they were a very close, like, I think overtime loss. So this team's serious, man. If Bill Belichick takes this team to the playoffs and they make a run, he deserves Coach of the Year. Absolutely. So I just wanted to say that because that is a good pick. That was a wise pick, and the odds right now for him are very low. So you could probably look at that. But
Yeah.
I picked Brendan Staley the current betting favorites are Mike McCarthy at 1, Cliff Kingsbury at 2, Sean McVay and Brandon Staley tied at 3. Um, are you gonna change your pick, or are you gonna move to someone else, Ray?
Well, listen, it's funny because the Brandon Staley and Bill Belichick played last week, and the Patriots beat the Chargers.
Yep.
I think a lot of people were surprised, including myself. Yeah, I have no problem staying with Bill Belichick. I think they had a little bumpy start, but dude, they are looking like one well-oiled machine. I mean, they might be one of the most like they're probably one of the best coached teams, and
Yeah.
they're just complete. You know, they don't have really a deep threat, but other than that, they're a complete
Yeah.
team, man. Mac Jones is really doing well now. Like, it's a fun team to watch, and I'm a little worried as a Panthers fan that we got to play them this week.
Yeah, and it's crazy. That team they have a rookie quarterback. They don't have any weapons. Like they don't. He has no
Right.
weapons that he's throwing to. He has no
Yeah.
weapons in the backfield. James White is injured. The defense, they've lost Stephon Gilmore. They're not as good as they've been playing, and they're still winning games in a rather hard schedule. They're top 10 in strength of schedule this year. So I mean, I love the pick, man. I think Bill Belichick's still like plus 2,500. Go throw $10 on that, dude. Like
Yeah. I have
seriously.
it plus 2,000 here,
Oh, okay,
but
yeah, plus 2,000 then. I couldn't
I don't
remember. I
know.
looked at these odds
I
day
mean,
before
I also have
yesterday.
Staley as 700, so we're using different sites, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm with you though. I'm gonna stay with my pick and Brendan Staley. I like
Go
him a
for it.
lot. The two people ahead of him, Mike McCarthy and Cliff Kingsbury on the NFC. And Sean McVay, who's tied with him on the side I looked at day before yesterday. Brendan Staley, he's in the AFC. He's gonna be able to make a run through this weak division. I said last week for the first time how I really do think the AFC is going to be struggling this year and how they're just weaker than the NFC by far. And I think that this division's up for grabs. It could be anyone's game. Bills, Chargers, Ravens, Bengals, all those teams they look very beatable. And I
Yeah.
think it's really up for grabs. Whereas the NFC, there's like you just know who the powerhouses are. But I think any team can. Like, good lord, the Browns could, the Steelers could. Who knows, man. Um, But yeah, so I'm gonna stick with Brandon Staley. I believe in him. I think he's a good head coach. Let's move on to the next pick, comeback player of the year. Our two picks are the only two picks that are even showing any sign of light so far this year, really. Betting especially. I obviously picked Dak. He's a huge minus 305 favorite on Bet Online. And Joe Burrow, your pick, is plus 500 at second. I'm gonna obviously roll with Dak for comeback player of the year. I think this award is in the bag for him as long as he stays healthy and maintains the level of play that he is for the rest of the year. What are you doing with Joe?
Oh, I mean, Dak's obviously the favorite at this point, but Joe's still played great.
Oh yeah,
It's been awesome watching him and Jamar Chase just do absolute incredible things. Him, CJ Ozuma, that whole core there. In Cincinnati's playing so well, and I don't know really what happened last week against the Jets, but I still think this is a top 10 team. And I still think he could easily win comeback player of the year, although I definitely think Dak is the front runner right now. But hey, you never know. The Bengals go on a crazy run here, and I never know what could happen. But yeah, I mean, these two guys have definitely had great seasons, and after they both had horrible injuries last year, it's great to see both of them bounce back in positive ways.
yeah, I agree, man. And it's funny when I was making this, I was like, dang, like Joe Burrow's been having a really good year. He's got 108 Q quarterback rating. He's only thrown 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So he's throwing a lot more interceptions with like a 68% completion percentage. But if Dak turns downwards, he turns upwards. They could flip flop. So I like that you're sticking with Joe. Those are definitely the two best picks, and we had them. So let's move on to offensive rookie of the year. We were not so bright with these picks. You picked Trevor Lawrence. I picked Justin Fields.
Mm.
I don't think going into this year that even if we were told neither of those guys are going to make it, I don't think either of us is picking Jamar Chase. Um,
No, yeah, no, for sure.
so it's kind of crazy. Trevor Lawrence is currently fifth in odds at 2,800. Justin Fields is fourth at 2,000. Just appears we're both wrong. Where are you gonna go? Who do you think's gonna end up with the Rookie of the Year win?
I mean, I think Jamar Chase is going to win it.
Yeah,
Unless Mac starts throwing crazy touchdown numbers, which is possible. But
yeah,
I would say probably Jamar Chase is the front runner right now. Najee Harris has looked really good. Kyle Pitts has had some signs of life for sure. But I definitely think right now Jamar Chase has it in the bag.
Yeah. So that's who you're gonna stick with?
I mean, yeah, I'll say Jamar Chase is gonna win it for sure.
I like it, man. And I think he's definitely the front runner right now. I definitely think he has a, good chance of winning it. But I'm gonna go out on a whim and I'm gonna say that Mac Jones takes it.
Wow.
He's at plus 275 odds, so he's not that far behind.
Hmm.
And the thing is, the committee, they love quarterbacks, dude. It's
True.
crazy. Like Justin Jefferson probably could have won it last year, realistically, and he did not. Um, I guess Justin Herbert's season was crazy, so he deserved it. Now that I think about it, but um, you know, this Bengals, like their receivers are healthy now. They were missing Tyler Boyd. They were missing T Higgins for a while there. Now they're all healthy. That's going to take targets from Jamar, and his production's definitely going to slow down a little bit. As well as they're going to be playing some better teams. They got to play the Browns twice still. They got to play the Steelers, who have a good defense. They got to play the Broncos, who have a decent defense. They have the Ravens, who have their secondary is dust. But yeah, I think he's going to slow down his production, and we're going to have Mac Jones come out and have a crazy second half of the season behind Bill Belichick. Maybe get an offensive rookie of the year with a coach of the year to Bill Belichick. That'd be fun. But yeah, Mac's got an easy second half of the year. He's got Panthers, Falcons, Titans, Jags, and Dolphins left. That's just some of his games. So I'm really hopeful for him. Let's move on though. We got defensive rookie of the year. You picked J.C. Horn, your rookie, and I picked Micah Parsons, my rookie. Um, let's dive into that. What do you think of this defensive rookie of the year award? Who's it going to?
I mean, it's going to Michael Parsons for sure. There's no one even close to him, and I absolutely would still be sticking with J.C. Horn.
If
He
you
was
stay
playing
healthy.
incredible lockdown defense, and he got an interception. I mean, he was playing absolutely out of his mind until his season-ending injury, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
I was still very confident. I'm confident he'll be an elite corner moving forward. But Michael Parsons has also looked incredible, and he's going to run away with this award.
I agree, man. I think he's like minus 200, and the next closest is plus 900. It's kind of crazy to think about that this award's so gapped because I feel like there's a lot of good rookie defensive players this year, but I guess he's just playing above and beyond. I expected him to have a good year. I really liked him coming into the season. I liked his presence in the locker room, presence on social media. He just seems like a leader, and he seems like a
Yeah.
star. So yeah, not much to talk about. We're going to stick with Micah Parsons. I think that's pretty safe. Hopefully he does not get injured because that's the only thing that's going to prevent him from getting that award, I think. Let's move on. This was probably our weakest pick yet, but it's not our fault. Offensive Player of the Year. You picked CMC and I picked Saquon. Both of them uh,
Only
injured.
cursed him.
Yeah, I guess. I think if they, but like, let's be real here. If those two were healthy the full season, let's be real, they both be outproducing Derrick Henry, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure. But yeah, Derrick Henry's out for the season, which means that this award is actually up for grabs. The leaders in odds currently are Cooper Kupp, Kyler Murray, and Devontae Adams. Where is this award going, right?
I mean, I think it's going to Cooper Cup. I mean, he's putting up insane numbers.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually insane. Yeah, it's incredible to see. I'm excited for him. I'm so happy for him, and he deserves a better quarterback than Jared Goff. So I'm happy for him, man. I think he's gonna run away with it. I think he's gonna win OP of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy he got to finally. I mean, it's kind of crazy how bad Jared Goff looks on the Lions this year. It's nice that he got Matthew Stafford and
Yeah,
can actually, reach his full potential. It's crazy because he's on pace for over 1,900 yards. And I think I'm
insane.
gonna agree with you, man. If he can keep up this pace, which I don't think, like this kind of production is not like feasible to last through 18 weeks of football, 17 really for just him, but it's just not realistic. So, but I think if he, I mean, even if he slows down, if he ends with
Mhm.
1,600 yards, he's gonna win that award. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think OPOI is definitely Cooper Cup. Let's move on to the Defensive Player of the Year, where we had very good picks, right?
Mhm.
I picked Myles Garrett. You picked T.J. Watt. That's 1 and 2, and they are neck and neck. Myles Garrett's plus 250. T.J. Watt is plus 300. with Trevon Diggs at 3 ahead of Aaron Donald, which is just music to my ears. Short and sweet, I'm a stick with Myles Garrett. He's been playing amazing this year, pressuring at insane rates. Not much more to say. What do you think? Who you going with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sticking with my guy TJ. What he did against the Seahawks in that game was unbelievable. Literally took over the game, and day in and day out, I mean, that Steelers defense is incredible, and they're led by him. So I'm gonna go with him with Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's the two top players both in the AFC North. That sucks for Joe Burrow, huh?
Yep.
Like, good lord, man.
And
Um,
Lamar.
yeah, and Lamar, but Lamar is more elusive, luckily.
But Joe Burrow won by 30. Sorry, never
Yeah. Yeah, then he lost to the Jets though, so kind of like a kick in the nuts, huh?
mind.
All right. Last pick, MVP. Ray, you picked Justin Herbert to win the MVP. It was looking amazing first few weeks. However, he's had a rough few weeks. He lost 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, then he had a bye week and he lost last week. I picked Ryan Dakota Prescott. He sat out a game, which was not great for his MVP odds, but he is not out of the race. He is 5th in odds right now, behind Josh Allen at 1, Tom Brady at 2, and Matthew Stafford at 3. Who do you think's getting this award, Ray?
Hey man, I'm actually not gonna go any of those. I'm gonna go with my guy Kyler Murray,
I like
the
it.
the shortest quarterback in the NFL right now, fellow short king. I like him a lot, man. He's a beast. He's electric, type of player that the NFL wants to succeed, and I think he's gonna win MVP, bro. That's my pick right now.
And let me say, had AJ Green turned around,
Yeah, like what?
he would be undefeated still.
Had he had his freaking controller not disconnected, like what?
Yeah, that was unbelievable, dude. My dad and I were watching that game, and I'm like, yeah, no way they lose this game. Like, because I had money on a Thursday night game, and
Same.
that drive comes in, man. We're like, oh, let's go, and they're gonna cover -2 with a touchdown. Let's go. Like, yeah, no, they did not cover the -2.5. Although D-Hop stays in that game, they definitely win. That is just a fact. Unfortunately, he was not able to do that, but they didn't have Devontae Adams either. But what's crazy about that win is that Packers team, they won, and it was not on the back of Aaron Rodgers. That was a defensive and run game win. It had nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. I think Jordan Love wins that game too. Like, realistically. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So you're going with Aaron Rodgers?
No. Oh, sorry. I'm just talking about that game because we were diving into
Oh,
that. I said that they won that game not on the back of Aaron Rodgers. They won that Jordan Love would have won that game against the Cardinals as well.
oh, I don't. I disagree. I think Aaron Rodgers played great in that game. I think. I mean, I think. Yeah. I thought that was amazing. I think Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know, man. He
Oh,
didn't have
I
like
thought
he
it was.
was his yards per attempt was the lowest of like one of the lowest games of his career.
Bro, they didn't have. They didn't have their
I know,
top
I
three
know.
receivers.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I said they won on the back of their defense and their run game. That like he really just played a game manager role there, and he didn't have to do anything, which is scary because that shows how good this Packers team is.
Yeah. No,
They
I
didn't
hear you.
have
I
to
hear you.
utilize him. So, but
I
yeah,
hear
I did get very off topic. I actually forgot what we were talking about. We're talking about our
you. You're
MVP
good.
picks. I'm gonna stick with Dak. I
There you
think
go.
I don't think that the people ahead of him, Matt Stafford, he's having a phenomenal season. I don't think that he is more valuable to his team than Dak is. I think you throw in a handful of other quarterbacks and they look, just as good as Stafford. I don't think Stafford's like a crazy, crazy talent. I don't think he's as good as Dak. Josh Allen, he's playing well. I don't think he's the MVP of the league though. Tom Brady is probably Dak's biggest competition in my opinion at the moment for MVP. But I think Dak's they're gonna stick out this season. He's gonna put up some crazy numbers, and this Cowboys team is going to really make a run through the playoffs and have a great season. And Dak's gonna win MVP, as well as comeback player of the year. Um, let's move on though. Week 9 predictions. Do you know how you did last week, Ray?
Yeah, I know I missed on some big ones, but I also got a couple big ones. I want to say you won by like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, I won by 2 games, but you had our first losing record in predictions. You went 7-8,
Wow.
bringing your total record to 82-40. I went
Okay.
9-6, bringing my total record to 81-41. So I am one game behind you now after falling three behind 2 weeks ago.
All right.
So I'm riding your tail, Ray. Better focus up,
All
get
right.
these predictions right. Let's start it off. Thursday night football tonight. We are recording on Thursday. We usually record on Wednesday, but we're both very busy with school, so we pushed it back a day. Um, Ray, where's Thursday night football going? Jets at Colts.
Hey, man. You know I want to say Mike White, but I can't do it. Just can't do it. But I do love Jets plus 10.
Me
Okay.
too. Me too.
I love Jets. I cannot believe it's actually plus 10. But yeah, love Jets plus 10. Give me that Colts win, though. I think Colts win a close game. I think it's just a better overall roster. I'm going to go Colts
Absolutely.
win this one 26-23 in a competitive game.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that close, but I do agree. I think the Colts have a better QB. They have a better, receiving core. They have a better offensive line
I don't know about better
defense.
QB, but
So you're off the Wentz train now.
I'm off the Wentz train, bro. I'm
That
sorry.
those two interceptions late in the game against the Titans
Oh
really
my
threw you
word,
off,
that
man.
was horrible.
I mean, yeah, it was bad, but I don't think highly of Wentz, but I do think he's better than Mike White as of now. But regardless, I think this Colts team is really good, man. I think if you put Aaron Rodgers on this Colts team, they could go undefeated, like wholeheartedly. You put Mahomes, you put Josh Allen. Like this roster is good, man. The receiving core is the only part that's lacking, but their defense is solid. Their offensive line is solid. Their running back is amazing. I like the team a lot, but yeah, I'm with you. I think this game's closer, but not like I just like Jets 10.5. I think primetime games are always closer, so I'm definitely gonna take Jets 10.5 tonight. Give me that. Give me the Colts win 27-20. Let's move on to the next game. We got a meat show between the Raiders at the Giants. The Raiders have some drama stirring up there. I guess I wouldn't say drama as much as just like negativity stirring up in their hearts right now. So
Horrible news, like
yeah,
nonstop for them this season. Oh my goodness.
yeah. I mean, this week is just unbelievable. It's
Right.
disgusting. I'll let you take the lead on this one. Where's this game going, Ray?
Yeah, look, I mean, they're minus a coach, they're minus their number one wide receiver, and they've got a lot of stress and emotions going through that locker room right now. But lucky for them, they're playing the New York Football Giants, who are just horrendous. They're not a good team. Okay,
I
I don't know if
agree.
Saquon's playing or not. They're not a good team. The Raiders are a better team. They have Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a leader on and off the field. And, it may be competitive. The Giants have looked decent later. They crushed the Panthers, unfortunately, and then had a close loss to the Chiefs. But I don't know. I still think the Raiders get the dub. I'm going to go 27-20. Raiders get the dub over the Giants.
I'm with you, man. I think this Giants team has been surprising me. I mean, they're one of the most injured offenses, probably the most injured offense in the league, and they are still able to, beat the Panthers and keep up with the Chiefs, which is just unbelievable to me. Like I don't know. I don't know how they're
It's
doing it
it's
because
-3 is the line, by the way. Sorry to.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I had a 2.5 when I already bet on this game for Raiders to win.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, dude, that I like the Raiders to win this one. I think they're a better team with or without Henry Ruggs. Um, I think Brian Edwards can fill his shoes perfectly fine. I don't think Henry Ruggs is that much of
Dude,
a
Hunter Renfro is a beast too.
yeah, but he's more of a slot guy.
No, for
Um,
sure. But like, and they got Waller. Like, bro, they're gonna be
yeah,
all
they're
right.
they're they're fine. But yeah, we didn't want to touch too much on the Henry Ruggs thing. Obviously, it's awful, and no one should be driving like that or even driving in general if they were drinking behind the wheel.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we both have Raiders winning this game. I got 24-20 Raiders. I like the 2.5. I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna be close because the Giants have been keeping these games close. Let's move on. Falcons at Saints. Where's this game going, Ray?
All right, here we go. um, listen, okay. I think Jameis Winston fit that offense perfectly. And I think it's actually a bigger blow than people realize that he's out for what may be the season. Um, I don't think this is a bad Falcons team. Now, obviously, they're not as good without Calvin Ridley. But Kyle Pitts is a beast. Kyle Pitts ran into a brick wall on defense, which is Stephon Gilmore last week. And that's the reason he didn't do anything. This is not a bad Falcons team. And I'm going to predict the upset. I think they're going to beat Trevor Siemian or Taysom Hill or whoever the Saints have. And I got Falcons over Saints 28-23. Book it.
Music to my ears. I love when you pick an underdog just because most of the time I don't agree.
There you go.
I'm not with you, man. This team is coming off a big win versus the number one team in the NFC South and the Buccaneers, the defending Super Bowl champs, with
I get it.
Trevor Siemian at home in New Orleans, man. This seems like a lock. I'd probably take the -6 if I wanted to bet this team, but I'm not going to because of how volatile the Saints team has been this season.
Yep.
I do definitely see the Falcons coming out with a dub, although I think it showed this last week against the Panthers how weak their offense was without a bona fide wide receiver one, dude.
Right.
They looked. I mean, Kyle Pitts had what, 2 catches? They just couldn't get open because all they have to do is cover Kyle Pitts. I mean, who's he gonna throw to? Russell Gage, Cordell Patterson? Like, not that
Yeah.
those guys are scrubs, but they're just not wide receiver ones. So, you know, also, a fun fact about the NFC South is they're tied for the second in terms of win-loss as a division. I don't know if you
Look at
knew
that.
that. They have the second most wins behind in the NFC West so far this season,
Wow.
which is just incredible to me because I think everyone looked at this division and thought the Bucks would just run away with it and that like the Saints are dead, Panthers are dead, and Falcons are dead, but they all have winning records,
And
right?
and if the season ended today, all Saints, Panthers, Falcons all would make the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm sorry. Bucks, Saints, Panthers would all make the playoffs.
yeah, it's crazy. So I think the Falcons are 4-4, Panthers are 4-4, correct?
Falcons are 3-4.
3-4. Never mind then. I thought they all had
Panthers are
winning
four.
records, but yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I could definitely see the upset. Although I'm gonna go with Saints 27-14. I think this team is solid. I think their defense is real, and I think that's a good overall team, man. Let's move on. We got Bills at Jags. I think this will be quick and easy. I'm gonna lead us off. Bills. They're probably the best team in the AFC. Their record suggests that. What they're doing to team suggests that. However, they've had one of the easiest seasons of anyone in the NFL. I'm not completely sold on this team. They went into the half last week against the Dolphins, tied 3-3, and they only won that game very late in the fourth. They was where they kind of ran away with it. But obviously, I think they're gonna win this game against the Jags. Give me 35-10 Bills. They'll probably cover 14.5, but a 14.5 spread's kind of hard to take. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, I mean they probably will cover it, but you never know. I don't know, bro. Freaking, you never know if where Urban Meyer's mind's gonna be on Sunday. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna say Bills win this one 34-14. It shouldn't be very competitive a game at all.
Yeah. Good lord. All right, let's move on. We got an AFC North matchup. It's between the Bengals and the Browns in Cincinnati. Where's this game going, Ray? Bengals, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Bengals fan here for this season. Browns look dysfunctional right now. They can't get anything going on offense. Their defense is all right, but man, they just look rough on offense right now. I don't see any reason for me to pick the Browns. I don't. I'm going to go Bengals win 31-28. I don't see a single reason why I should be picking the Browns in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna do
All
it.
right, let's do it.
I'm gonna do it. So I was high on the Browns earlier this season. Um, I am high on the Bengals. I think that last week was a fluke, obviously. However,
However,
it doesn't look like Odell Beckham Jr. is gonna play this week, and this Browns team looks a whole lot better when he's not on the field. I don't know why. It really doesn't make sense because it's not like maybe he's that much of a cancer. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. But Bengals are coming off a really rough loss. That's a confidence killer, man. Losing to the Jets is like your wife cheating on you. It's just really, really, really hurts. Browns defense is really solid. So is the Bengals, man. This is gonna be a close one. Give me the Browns 21-17. I'll take the
ooh,
Browns plus
ooh,
plus 3 all day. I mean, I've been saying it for a week and a half now. I think the AFC is sort of fraudulent, so I don't think there's a bona fide powerhouse here, and I definitely don't think the Bengals are a bona fide powerhouse. Give me the upset, man. I'll take it. Let's move on. Patriots at Panthers, Ray. Where's this game going?
dude. I mean, look, you got a Stephon Gilmore revenge game. The last 2 times the Panthers have played the Patriots, they've beaten them both times, and that streak will continue. It's in Charlotte. Panthers coming off a big win. So are the Patriots, granted. But I just think this defense from the Panthers, man, they're going to show out. People aren't ready for how good this defense is. Yeah, it's going to be good, bro. I mean, we'll see who starts at quarterback. I don't know if it's going to be Sam. I honestly don't think McCaffrey will play or Sam, but I really don't care. I think this is going to be like a kind of a slow, kind of grinded out type game I've got 25-21. Panthers get the upset. Give me the money line.
Okay, right. I respect it. Gotta have faith in your team. I don't think you've picked them to lose this year. No surprise. Neither I haven't picked the Cowboys lose. But yeah, give me Pats all day, man. I'm taking that -4 on the Pats. I think Mac Jones is the best rookie QB. And like I said earlier, he's not even out of the conversation for rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. I think he's gonna, bolster that stat sheet this week and really just take the Panthers out back. I got the Pats winning 31-14. The Panthers could only score field goals against the Atlanta defense. I can't imagine what the Pats defense is going to do to them. So let's what do you think
Hey, we
about
got
that, Ray?
19.
Oh yeah, you had one touchdown, right? One
Yep,
touchdown, 4 field goals.
correct.
Jeez, man, how is that even possible? But yeah, I think Mac Jones is really coming into fruition with the way he's playing and the level of play that he's putting forward. And I think this team's really good. I think Damian Harris is a good running back, and I think he's really gonna run
I
all
agree
over
with
this
that.
team.
I
So
agree with that.
let's move on. Next game up is my team, Broncos at Cowboys. Last week I assumed Dak was gonna play and picked him to win. He didn't play, and they still won. Beautiful win. Cooper Rush is I'm gonna name my firstborn after him. His name will be Cooper Rush. That's not first and middle. His first name will be Cooper Rush. Um, I'm so happy with the way this Cowboys team's playing. This Broncos team is fraudulent. They just barely squeaked by the football team. They probably very easily could have lost that game. Maybe should have, some will say. But yeah, give me Cowboys all day, 35-17. I'm taking the -9.5. If Dak starts, I will take that 9.5, but I'm not betting till we know. What are your thoughts, Ray?
Yeah. Dak Prescott basically say it's safe to, he's the press conference today said it's safe to say I'm going to be playing on Sunday. So definitely with that news, I'm having Cowboys win big over Broncos. I've got 30-17, not much to talk about. No Von Miller. Cowboys look like the much better team. Cowboys win 30-17.
Thank you. Thank you. Vikings Ravens. In Baltimore,
Mm.
Vikings coming off a disgusting loss to the Cooper Rush led Cowboys. They should be ashamed of themselves. It was in Minnesota. I don't know how you leave the stadium as a fan of that team. Um, Ravens, who did they play last week? Or were they off? They were off, right?
They were a bye.
Okay, the week before that they got demolished by the Bengals. So they're
Yeah.
hungry. They're hungry right now,
Yeah.
man. I think they whoop these Vikings. I think they take them downtown, man. I can't say what I want to say, but I'm give me the 28-14 Ravens win. I'm taking Ravens -5.5. This Vikings team is just not good. They can't even get the ball moving with Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and those are some serious weapons in the NFL. What are your thoughts, Ray?
Yeah, I don't know. Kirk Cousins is just like anemic to winning against good teams. I don't know. It's weird. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't pick the Vikings in like a game anymore. They let me down. I lost my parlay because of them. Um,
Good.
um, and by the way, I put them in my parlay when Dak was still supposed to play.
Yeah, I know. Good.
Yeah,
Good. I'm glad you lost, you scumbag.
that's funny. Okay. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, look, they still a really good offense. They still have defensive pieces. I still think they're going to keep this game close as they do, but also as they do, I think they're going to choke. So I've got Ravens winning this 34-28.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Daniel Hunter is it Daniel Hunter or is it Danny
It's Daniil.
Daniil Hunter? Daniil Hunter.
Yeah.
He's
It's
out for the
not
season,
Daniel or
right?
Danielle. It's Daniil.
Yeah. So he's out for the season.
Yeah.
That's
And
really
he's
bad
a
for them.
really, really good defensive player.
He's their leader. He's the captain of that defense. That Vikings defense also, their run defense is awful. And what are the Ravens known for? Dude, they're gonna kill them, man. I think the -5.5 is probably the freest bet of the week. I don't know if you what
It
you
might
think.
be. You might be right.
I think that's the freest bet of the week. But let's move on. We got a good matchup. Like, and it doesn't sound like a good matchup on paper, but if you like football, Texans and Dolphins is a good matchup. We got the Tyrod Taylor is back. He's named the starter, playing against Tua in Miami. I'm excited for this one. Where's this game going, Ray?
Yeah, it's going to be a funny game because these teams have been freaking talking about the Deshaun Watson trade for the past freaking months. And now they're
Yeah.
actually playing a week after they got resolved, sort of. Or not really, but yeah, I mean with the Tyrod Taylor news, I have no reason not to think the Texans are going to win. The Dolphins have looked horrible. The Dolphins could win, I guess, but I don't know. Texans look great with Tyrod at the beginning of the season, so they still got Brandon Cooks. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. I got Texans winning 33-20. I think they'll actually blow them out.
Really? Okay, Ray.
Yeah.
So going into this game, I decided that I was just gonna take the opposite of whatever you picked. So I'm kind of mad you picked the Texans because I wanted to pick the Texans. So in one and a half games with Tyrod Taylor, the Texans scored 6 touchdowns offensively.
That's crazy. That is actually
The
insane.
rest of the season, the Texans have only scored 6 touchdowns offensively.
Wow, that is insane. What a
So,
stat.
I mean, he's night and day on this team. I think you're right. I think he wins. But I have been talking up Tua. I do think the Dolphins have the better roster. They do. Tua might. I also think Tua is the better quarterback. I think Brandon Cooks is better than any receiver on the Dolphins, but they do have Devontae Parker back. They have Jalen Waddle. They do not have Will Fuller. But I still think this Dolphins team is better. It is really a toss-up game for me. I think it goes either way, like 27-24, really close. But give me the Dolphins money line all day long. I'm taking Dolphins to win this game.
There you go.
All right. Chargers at Eagles. This is a big game for Justin Herbert. Where's it going, Ray?
Yeah, no, it is a big game. And what's the line right now? Like 2.5 right now in favor of the Chargers.
It's a pick'em. On Bet Online, it was a pick'em yesterday.
Gotcha. Wow. I mean, that seems like free cash for me. I'm picking the Chargers all day. They're a much better team, much better quarterback, much better roster. I have no problem taking the Chargers. I think the Eagles might make it competitive. I'm going to go 24-20 Chargers to get the dub.
Completely agree with you. I have 24-17, but everything you just said, completely agree with. I think it's free money, pick them. They have looked bad. They didn't look, or not bad. They didn't look great against the Patriots, but I think the Patriots are a good team. 2 weeks before that, they got blown up by the Ravens, who are a good team. I just think the AFC is kind of weak, and so that's why that's happening. But I'm with you. I think Chargers win this game all day. They need to win it. They have to bounce back and get a W this week if they want to maintain in the playoff picture. So let's move on to Packers at Chiefs. We talked a lot about Aaron Rodgers already, and my thoughts on him. Where's this game going, Ray?
All right, so I got a quick question to ask you. Who started for the Packers the last time they played the Chiefs?
Aaron Rodgers did, but Mahomes didn't play.
That's right. It was the opposite. Okay,
I think Matt Moore, is that his name?
Sorry? Yeah, Matt Moore, former Panthers legend. All right, so, oh man, listen, okay, we're talking about a team in the Chiefs that has issues on both sides of the ball right now. Mahomes is not having a good season, playing against one of the best teams in the NFL, and they're playing against a quarterback who is a competent game manager quarterback. And so I have no reason not to pick the Chargers. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. The Packers winning and upsetting the Chiefs in Arrowhead 27-24, one of the biggest upsets. And now we may have a quarterback controversy in Green Bay. I imagine the headlines.
Is Blake Bortles starting or is Jordan Love?
It's Jordan Love. It's Jordan Love.
Okay, because I know they signed Blake Bortles.
They did as a backup, I believe.
Okay. Wow, that surprises me. That surprises me. I'm gonna agree with you.
All right.
I agree. I think this Chiefs defense. I mean, I touched on it earlier, man. This Packers team won on the back of that defense, and they won on the back of the run game. And I think they're going to do the same thing this Sunday against the Chiefs. I think they beat the Chiefs, and that the Chiefs fans, it's mental breakdown time for you. This team just doesn't look good. Mahomes is out of it. I don't know if he's physically out of shape or if there's some injury lingering. He was limping a lot on Monday Night Football. But they just aren't good, man. That defense is pathetic. They are embarrassing, realistically.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're literally a team right now that's being overshadowed by TikTokers. They've literally turned into the Steelers.
Yeah, I do believe that the Packers is the team to beat in the NFC. I think with Aaron Rodgers, they're the best team in the NFL. So, that win against the Cardinals, only it showed me that this team is serious, man. That defense is good.
Agreed.
They just released Jalen Smith. They don't even need him.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're good on you, bro.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Packers 21-17, but this game could go either way. I hope Mahomes wakes up and beats this team. I do not want the Packers to win this game, but I think they do. Let's move on. We got Cardinals at Niners. This is another NFC West matchup. I love this division. It's always competitive. It is a pick'em, or it was yesterday. I don't know if it still is. Let me look while I ask you
Wait,
where's this game.
Cardinals Niners is a pick 'em?
It was yesterday. Let me see. It's a pick'em still. It's a pick'em.
What?
Yeah, I know. I think it might be because D Hop might not be playing. But either way, I'm taking Cards pick'em all day. I mean, they are still a really good team. Just because they lost to the Packers doesn't mean they're bad. Yeah, give me Cardinals all day. 27-17 with or without D Hop, they win this game. Not sure how the odds are even to pick them. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, it's I'm looking at my bookie right now. It's not even on. They don't even have it on the site yet, so they're still figuring it out over there. I agree. I mean, Cardinals are a much better team. They should be undefeated. I mean, if AJ Green,
Turns around.
yeah, he remembers puts his batteries in his controller, then he's chilling. So it's like I don't know. So anyway, I mean, Cardinals are a significantly better team. Niners are way worse than people thought, and the Cardinals are way better than people thought. So I don't see any
Absolutely.
reason the Cardinals lose this. I've got 31-21 Cards win.
I mean, it is in San Fran. It's in the Bay. Oh, that's
I
the
don't care.
only thing I can
They
even think
they
of
literally lost to the
why.
Packers in the Bay. Like
Yeah, man. I don't know.
that's no
It's
home field advantage. It's like beautiful weather there.
yeah, sure, man. I don't know. I don't know why it's pick'em, but believe me, I already bet on it. So
Yeah.
let's move on to the Sunday night football game, baby. We got Titans at Rams. No Derrick Henry. Awful news, man. But before the season, what did we say? There's no way Derrick Henry can keep this workload up. It's not a sustainable amount of production. He's going to get injured. I said that was the reason that I was not high on the Titans. I said they can't keep doing this to him because he's going to get hurt. And now they're in week 9, and he's gone for the rest of the season, regular season at the very least, if they make the playoffs. I don't know, man. It sucks. I love Derrick Henry. I think he was gonna. If he could have played this whole year out, he would have broken 5 NFL records and done some crazy things. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. I don't think the Titans are a dead team. I think Ryan Tannehill with AJ Brown and Julio Jones can still keep up with a lot of teams, but I don't think that they are the best team in the AFC South anymore. What do you think?
Um. Okay, so I still think they're the best team in the AFC South. I think the AFC South is horrible, and I 100% think they're going to make the playoffs. With that being said, they're obviously like they lost their best player, so and arguably like the best offensive player other than a quarterback in the league. So I do think I think the Titans will still be competitive in a lot of games, and I don't think they're going to get blown out in this game. But I do think the Rams will win it. I think the line's around 8 right now,
Yeah, it's
so I'm
8.
not sure what I would bet on it. I almost want to take Titans plus 8 to be honest, but I'm going to go with the Rams win by about 8. I'll say like 31-23 Rams win it.
Yeah. Um. I'm with you. I think Rams win by about 8 as well. I got 35-27. So, man, I don't know. It's hard to think because this Titans passing game hasn't really been there this season, but Tannehill's recently found his connection with AJ Brown, but it's really dependent on if they can maintain that connection with Julio. And you know what? I'm gonna go back on what I said. I think you're right. I think they're probably better than the Colts now that I think about it. Right, really deep down. I think that receiving core is good enough for them to, and they have a good offensive system. So I think they're a little bit better than the Colts, but it's pretty close. But yeah, so we both got Rams winning by 8. Pretty close bet. I'm probably not gonna touch it though. Let's move on to Monday Night Football. Bears at Steelers. Where's this game going, Ray?
I mean, I think this could be a coming out party for Justin Fields, but I honestly just think the Steelers are playing too good of defense right now for Justin Fields. I've got Steelers winning this one. It might be one of those games where it's like 17-10, 17-13 in the fourth, and then the Steelers get the ball back and they get like a really good drive of like checkdowns to Najee Harris or something.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for Steelers win this one 24-13.
Yeah. I agree. I think the Steelers could win this game for sure. However, I think Bears defense is playing really well, and I think this is a breakout game for Justin Fields. I think he wants to win so badly, and he couldn't pull one out last week into the Bears, even though he made some crazy plays. He had a really good throw, a really, really good touchdown run. And I think that the Bears take this one. No matter what, I'm gonna be betting Bears Bears plus 6.5 here. I think that they take this dub in Pittsburgh. I hope so. I like the Bears as a team and organization much more than the Steelers. But yeah, I'm glad we disagree on another game. That's gonna wrap up predictions for Week 9. We've got one last section. We are gonna update our power rankings. We have got our top 10. We're going to go from 10 to 6. We'll talk about those picks, and then we'll go from 5 to 1. So, Ray, why don't you lead us off here? What's your 10 to 6?
All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we're starting off with number 10, Las Vegas Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah, I still think they're a good team. I still think they're a top 10 team. And even without Ruggs, I still think they've got a good passing attack and a balanced running attack now with Jacobs and the emergence of Kenyon Drake. And I think they have a good, not great defense, and they're good enough to make the playoffs and get a wild card spot or possibly win their division. So, hey, I got them at 10, man.
I like it.
All right. Are you commenting or want me to keep going?
Keep going, man.
All right, man. Number 9. They'd probably be higher. I'm going to go with Tennessee Titans. Still think they're a top 10 team. I still like them a lot. I think they're coached well. Kevin Byard is playing incredible at safety. And I think they're a top 10 team. Number 8. Got the Baltimore Ravens. Another really, really good team. And they could easily, do their thing. By the way, the Titans are the number 1 seed right now in the AFC. Let me just throw that out there.
Sanity.
Anyway. Ravens 8. Okay. 7. Bengals. Okay. Love them. Think they're a wild card team. Love them from the beginning. Yep. And 6, I've got the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
So all AFC teams 10 through 6 for me.
Well, let me tell you right now, we have the same 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
The exact same. I have Bills 6, Bengals 7, Ravens 8.
There you
However, we do not have the two same teams 9 and 10. So let's just go over those and we can talk about that. I got 10 Chargers.
I like it.
I like the Chargers. I'm high on them. I know you are too, so I'm kind of surprised you didn't have them in your top 10. I think Brandon Staley, as we've talked about earlier as well, great coach. Justin Herbert, one of the best in the league. This offense needs to figure things out. And if their defense is playing well, if the offense can get back, in a groove, they will be the best team in the AFC as of now, in my opinion. Number 9, Saints. The Saints team just beat the Bucks, and I know they don't have a quarterback, but their defense is very good. That is a good defense, and they have a good offensive system. Sean Payton is a great coach, and he's coaching the hell out of this season. He's, like we said, Pete Carroll could learn a thing or two about it from him. But yeah, that's really all I got. That's our only, differentiating teams there. Why didn't you have the Saints and Chargers in?
I didn't have the Saints mainly because of Jameis, and I think they're just a super inconsistent team. It's the same team that dropped 7 against the Panthers.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, and the Chargers, I still think they're a wild card team, and I still think they can make a great run. I just think right now they're not playing great, and so that's why I didn't have them in the top 10. But they were definitely 11 or 12.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you just said there. They're not playing great, but so in a power rankings, it might not be the most understandable thing to have them 10, but I think that they're a top 10 team still. Really, because it's I put them up against I'm thinking of teams like Raiders. Nah, they're not. They're better than the Raiders. I think they are. They beat them already. Titans, I think they're better than the Titans. It's without Derrick Henry. They're better than the Titans. So it's just that's why I threw them in there, even though those two teams are performing better than them at the moment. I think they're a better team. Let's move in to 5 through 1. From what you've said, it sounds like you're going to have 5 NFC teams, like I said last week. So let's hear them. What's your top 5?
Hey, you're not wrong, bro. 5 NFC teams in the top 5. Got to do it at this point. Number 5. And still, it's just insane how good these 5 teams are right now.
I know. They're so close.
It is unbelievable how good these 5 teams are. So number 5, I'm going to go with the Bucks. All right. Still think they're a top 5 team.
Agreed.
Don't care they lost to New Orleans. Number 4, I put the Cardinals, but they could easily be the best as well.
Yep.
I don't know. Number 3, I got the Packers. Now, obviously, this is with Aaron Rodgers, but...
Hold up. I'm getting excited. Hold up. Keep going.
Okay. Number 2, I've got Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I've got Cowboys at 2.
Let's go.
I think they're overall just incredible on offense.
Agree. Thank you.
They're a fun team.
Yes,
I hate
sir.
this so much right now.
Yes, sir. I'm smiling.
They're a fun team to watch, and no, nobody has a gun to my head, and I'm enjoyable, and I'm excited to keep watching their their games moving forward because I think they're an elite team. And I
Awesome.
honestly think the second the Cowboys and the Rams, who I haven't won, are even separating themselves even more from the Bucks, Cardinals, Packers. And I think if they played today, the Rams would beat the Cardinals again. And I got the Rams one. They just got Von Miller. They're playing out of their minds. They're getting better every week. This is still McVay and Stafford's first season together, so I still think
Yep.
they're improving. Now they got Robert Woods involved. He looked amazing last week. They
Yep.
got Darrell Henderson doing incredible now in the run game. This team is stacked everywhere you look with superstar talents, and I'm just gonna put the Rams at number one right now.
I like it, man. I mean, we have the same five, just in different positions. I've got Bucks, Rams, Cowboys, Cardinals, Packers from 5 to 1. Packers leading off for me. That win against the Cardinals, man. They're just the best team. They're the team to beat in the NFL right now. I think they are the best team. They did not even have to lean on their quarterback, who is, for the past 10 years, been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL every single year. And when he's back from COVID, hopefully there's no long-term damage on his body. I'm assuming he'll be fine because he is young and healthy for the most part. So I think they're the best team in the league. Got 2 Cardinals. I think they're still a really good team. They just had a rough loss to the Packers. If they didn't lose that game, I would say that the Cardinals are
Even the
still one.
Saints.
No, I said Cardinals. If they didn't lose that game
Oh,
to
my
the
fault, my fault, my
to
fault.
the Packers on Thursday night, I
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah,
still say
yeah.
they're the best team. But then I have the Cowboys. I think that win without Dak, it was not an offensive win, which shows that this team is versatile, and I think that's really important. They're able to win games without being on the back of the QB. They did not do that last year, so I think this team is real, and I think I'm really excited for the rest of this season. Rams 4, I think they're really good. I just think that they are really leaning heavily on Cooper Cup, and so if he gets injured or if he has a bad game, who knows what's gonna happen with that offense. And ending it off Bucks 5, we both agreed on that. So yeah, I really like our both for both of us. I like these top fives. I like these top 10 lists altogether, man. It's been really fun. But we're just over an hour on the episode. That's gonna conclude all of our topics. Anything else you want to touch on, Ray?
Nah, bro. I was a action-packed pod, bro. That was fun. That was fun,
Yeah,
bro.
great episode. Well, thank you all to everyone who is still listening. Another great episode. Make sure to follow our socials, Huddle Break on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Y'all know the move. And once again, thank you so much for taking a break from the huddle with us.